Yeah, a group made up of government agencies is asking the court to press pause on the $30 car tap initiative. I-976 was approved less than a month ago and has since drummed up some strong opposition. The city of Seattle, King County, and the Washington State Transit Association are among the plaintiffs asking a judge to block this initiative. The coalition's complaint says I-976 is a poorly drafted hodgepodge that violates the Constitution. Tim Eyman sponsored this initiative, which caps car tap fees to $30. More than 60 cities use the car tap fees to pay for construction, bus service, and sidewalks. The state's budget office estimates I-976 would eliminate more than $4 billion in tax revenue by 2025. The city of Seattle says it faces a loss of $32 million annually if 976 moves forward. Now, as it stands right now, this initiative is set to become effective on December 5th. That could change depending on what happens at today's hearing. That hearing is set for 9 o'clock this morning. For now, live in the newsroom, Britt Moore, King 5.